Hello children, so let's discuss about the reactivity of group 15 elements with hydrogen. So when they react with hydrogen, they form hydrides of EH3 type, where E is the element. So element we will write NH3, that is ammonia. I'll write the names also, correct? Phosphorus will react with hydrogen, it will form PH3, that is phosphine. Arsenic will react with hydrogen, it will form ASH3, that is arsine. Antimony will react with hydrogen, it will form SbH3, that is stibine. And the last element, bismuth, it will react with hydrogen and form bismuthine, that is BiH3. Okay. So these are the hydrides formed. So let's check how these hydrides are prepared. So we'll see the preparation of hydrides. So we have two methods of preparation. The first method is by hydrolysis of binary metal compounds. Hydrolysis of binary metal compounds. That means a binary compound means what? Two elements will be present and metal is also there. So one will be group 15 element and the other one will be a metal. So let's check the reactions. Mg3N2, magnesium nitride, it reacts with water, correct, because it is hydrolysis, and it forms magnesium hydroxide, MgOH whole twice plus NH3, correct. Now magnesium nitride reacts with water, it forms magnesium hydroxide and ammonia. How it is forming? So magnesium positive, nitrogen it is negative, correct. The valency of magnesium is positive, nitrogen negative. Water when it splits it will give H plus ions and OH minus ions, correct. So now combine positive to negative. So Mg and OH negative will combine, magnesium and hydroxide will combine. So check for the formula, Mg and OH is combining, right. The crisscross method according to the valency. So magnesium is having +2 valency, OH hydroxide ion is having -1 valency. So just crisscross the method. So that is MgOH whole twice, correct. Now next, negative and positive. Negative and positive will attach together. So N and H, they both are combining. So nitrogen -3 valency, hydrogen +1 valency. Crisscross, so NH3. One we are not writing. So this is how you get the formula of the compounds and the products also I have written here. Balance this equation. Try to balance the equation. So I will put it 6 H2O and 3 magnesium hydroxide. Correct. Let's check the next equation. Ca3P2, correct, that is calcium phosphide. It reacts with water. Again the same method you follow, positive negative. So the product is calcium hydroxide. Same type of products, calcium hydroxide. And what is the element of group 15? Phosphorus. So PH3. Same way, positive radical to negative radical, they will form a bond, and check for the formula according to crisscross method. Balance the equation. So I will write here 6 H2O and 3 calcium hydroxide and 2 phosphine, correct. In the previous one also 2 nitrogen, so it is 2 nitrogen, yes, correct. Let's check the next one. Magnesium bismuthide. So Mg3Bi2, magnesium bismuthide plus HCl. I'll write in the bracket aqueous. Aqueous means water is present because we are seeing the reactions that is hydrolysis. So aqueous means water is present. So what it will form? Again the same method, positive, negative. So magnesium chloride, MgCl2 plus bismuth is the element, so it will form BiH3. Correct? Balance the equation here. So Mg3, HCl is Cl, it is 2 over here, so I will write here 6. Correct? Then only it will balance. 3 2s are 6, and bismuth it is 2, so I will write here 2. So it is balanced. Correct? Just make a note of these equations what I have written here. So the lighter elements, that is having less mass, which comes to the top of the group, that is nitrogen and phosphorus, they can react with hydrogen and form such compounds also. That is hydrazine, N2H4, and P2H4, that is diphosphine. Correct? So let's check with the next preparation method. So see the next preparation by reduction of trihalides. So I have written the equation here. Trihalides, trichloride we are taking, ECl3. Correct? E stands for the element, can be nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony. Trihalide, so Cl3, and a reducing agent we are using because it is reduction, lithium aluminium hydride. Correct? So with that it will give the hydride, hydride will be formed. The byproducts are lithium chloride and aluminium hydride. Balancing the equation, 3 3 I have written, over here it will be 3. So make a note of this equation, that is the second preparation of hydride. So we have completed with the preparation of hydrides. Let's check the structure of hydrides. Structure of hydrides, we will see the structure for NH3. Correct? So nitrogen atomic number 7. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Just if we draw this, in 2s 2 electrons are there, and in 2p 3 unpaired electrons are there. Correct? So how many bonded electron pair will be there if it bonds to another element? 3. Suppose we are learning hydrides here, so it has to attach with hydrogen. So 3 hydrogen we are taking, each hydrogen will give 1 electron, right? So here 1 hydrogen can attach, here also and here also. So this they are combining, they are forming a bond. So this becomes the bonded pair. It becomes the bonded pair. And what will this become? It becomes the lone pair. Correct? It becomes the lone pair. Now 1 lone pair of electrons and 3 bonded pair of electrons are involved. Correct? So that is sp3 hybridization. That is sp3 hybridization. So let's draw the structure for this. So N, correct, which will have a lone pair of electron also. I will put it in the lobe. Correct, it is a lobe where the lone pair of electron is there, and the bond angle over here, it is 107.8 degree. Correct, and everywhere I will write here hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So you can see 3 bonded pair of electrons and 1 lone pair of electrons. It is giving sp3 hybridization. Correct, and what will be the shape here, structure or the geometry of this molecule? It is pyramidal shape, trigonal pyramidal shape. The geometry of ammonia is trigonal pyramidal shape. Now sp3 hybridization, so why it is not a tetrahedral? Correct, that question can come. sp3 means it should be tetrahedral, it can be tetrahedral also. But why here ammonia it is trigonal bipyramidal shape? Because in ammonia one lone pair is there and 3 bonded pairs are there. That is the reason it is forming trigonal pyramidal shape. But in tetrahedral, all the 4 electron pairs, correct, here 3 plus 1. But in tetrahedral, all the 4 electron pairs, they are bonded pairs. See, I will write here, this is 1 LP lone pair plus 3 bond pair, correct. Then the geometry is trigonal pyramidal. But if all the electrons, they are paired up, they are taking part in the bond formation, correct. So I will write here 4 bond pairs are there, then it is tetrahedral. Bond pair means what? Bond pair of what? Electrons. Lone pair, electrons, correct. So the structure of ammonia, it is trigonal pyramidal shape. Now let's compare why over here this angle, correct, it is trigonal pyramidal shape. So this angle 107.8, it is smaller or less than tetrahedral angle, correct. So I will draw it here. Tetrahedral, the structure will be like this. In tetrahedral the angle is 109.5. It is 109.5 degree. So why this angle is less than tetrahedral angle, correct. And the reason is lone pair electrons and bond pair electrons, they repel. Lone pair electrons and bond pair electrons, they are repelling, correct. Now check where are the lone pairs, where they will repel. Where is the lone pair? Here, correct. In tetrahedral, no lone pair. Here is the lone pair, correct, here. And bond pair means this bond pair electrons are present here, correct. What they will do? They are repelling each other. Repelling each other means they are moving far from each other, correct. This will move this side, this is moving this side. See, both are moving in opposite directions. So if they are moving in opposite directions, what will happen? This bond, it will come little inside. Both are moving in this way, correct, going away from each other. Repulsion is happening. So it will come little inside. So the angle, it is slightly less than tetrahedral. In tetrahedral, such repulsion is not there. Why? Because lone pair is absent. Hope you understood this, or if you don't understand, please just revise it, just recap the video. So I'll take this. Yes. Now the next question. So one question we have seen, why the angle is less than the angle found in tetrahedral, correct. Let's compare now with the phosphine. So NH3 and phosphine. Let's compare this now. So in NH3, the angle, I have already drawn it, I will just say it now. So the angle, it is 107.8 degree in NH3. But in PH3 phosphine, the angle is 93.6 degree. Okay. Now why the angle, bond angle in PH3 is less than ammonia? That is my question. So what is the reason? Ammonia, it is N, nitrogen, here it is phosphorus. So N, nitrogen and H3. Hydrogen is also small atom. So their size is small. Their size is small. If the size is small, volume is less, correct. Volume is less. If volume is less, the electron density will be more. correct? We know density and volume, they are inversely proportional. So the electron density is more, okay, and moreover nitrogen is electronegative, more electronegative than phosphorus also. So what it will do, it will try to pull the electrons towards itself. See, now I will draw it here, N, H, correct? Already it is having a lone pair here. So nitrogen, it is electronegative, electrons are here. It will try to pull the electrons which are present here towards itself. Why? Because it is electronegative. So when these electrons come very closer, when the electrons come very nearer or closer, what will happen? Repulsion will happen. Correct? Electron-electron repulsion will happen. So what is happening here? These two bonds, the electrons are closer, they are coming closer. So both the bonds, they will move far. They are going in this direction, they are going in this direction. Correct? And because of this, BP electron, I will write it as BP, that is bond pair electron, and bond pair electron repulsion takes place. They will repel. Correct? So this is the case in ammonia. So repulsion is taking place. So they will move far from each other. Correct? So the bond angle is increased in ammonia. But what about in PH3? Phosphorus is not that much electronegative as nitrogen. Correct? So the angle is little less. It will not pull the electrons. It is not that much electronegative as nitrogen. So it will not pull the electrons towards itself, and because of that the repulsion will be very less. So that is the reason in phosphine the bond angle is less than ammonia. Hope you understood this. Just make a note of these points. You can make it into a sentence form. Reason I have written here. So in the previous case we have seen the tetrahedral, when we are writing for comparison, at that time we are writing for lone pair electron repulsion and bond pair electron repulsion. But in this case it is bond pair electron repulsion.